danced her where the milepost leaned, in a coat too dark for summer air. The light fell straight across his face, but nothing gathered at his feet. No shadow at the crossroads, no mark beneath the sun. He stood as still as judgment, like he knew what I had done. He asked me where I carried home. I pointed west and answered none. He smiled as though he'd heard that lie from every man who chose to run. He named the town where I was born, the room where my first brother died. He named the well behind our house, and what we left buried beside it. I said, you have mistaken me. I never lived beneath that name. He brushed the dust from off his sleeve, and every road became the same. The north road bent into the south, the east road circled through the west. I walked 10 steps in any line and found him waiting where I'd left. No shadow at the crossroads, no footprint in the clay. He never moved to follow me, but never went away. He said, a road is not an answer, it only gives your fear more ground. A man can cross 100 borders and carry every room around. I said, what do you want from me? He said, nothing you can give. Then pointed toward the road behind me and asked me why I still called it leaving. Then old, then mine. Reached the crossing, the man was nowhere in the road, but one long shadow touched the gravel and moved wherever I would go. It crossed the ditch, it climbed the fence, it stretched beyond the county sign. I looked behind to find its owner and saw it joined to mine. Shadow, no way through. one chair facing west, at the edge of the porch, where the boards have turned silver and the paint is worn off. I leave it where you left it, though the seasons lean and pass, with one leg on the shadow and one leg in the grass. The road has lost your footprints, the gate has lost your hand, the weeds have covered every place where your old suitcase had stood. Still every evening settles with your shape against the light, and the chair keeps facing westward like it knows you'll come by night. I don't call it waiting, I don't call it faith, I just never found a reason to turn that chair away. The neighbor stopped there asking, the letter stopped as well. Even your brother learned to speak as though he couldn't tell. I keep the kitchen window open when the air begins to cool. Sometimes the curtain moves like someone who has forgotten every rule. I've moved the table twice now, I've changed the bedroom walls, I've sold the winter blankets and taken down your photographs, but that chair remains untouched where the fading sunlight bends. Some things look like furniture until they learn to be your friends. I don't call it waiting, I don't call it hope, I just never learned the language of a house that lets you go. Maybe you found another river, maybe you forgot this town, maybe the road kept moving and you never turned around. Maybe there was no last promise, no secret left unsaid. Maybe some doors closed softly long before we know they did. Tonight the sky went copper and the fields became a stain. For one breath I heard your footsteps moving lightly through the rain, but the gate remained unbroken and the road remained alone. The dark came down around me like a roof without a home. So I sat beside the empty chair until the stars withdrew. One chair still facing west, and one still facing you. I don't call it waiting. For the flame, 7 little chances, and the rain knew my name. The first match died beside the depot. Before the midnight train arrived, I held my coat against the weather and told myself I'd leave this time. The station clock had lost a minute, the ticket man had lost an eye. He said every road out of this county brings a different man back by. 7 matches in the rain, 7 sparks that couldn't stay. Every flame became a warning, every road bent back this way. The second burned behind the courthouse, the third beneath the water tower, the fourth went out beside the graveyard just before the final hour. I kept my money in my left shoe, my father's knife inside my coat, but the river rose across the highway and the ferry lost its ropes. 7 matches in the rain, 7 reasons not to run. Every fire showed the doorway, every doorway came undone. 7 matches in the rain, 7 nights beneath the wire. I kept asking for a signal, but the storm consumed the fire. Match lit a kitchen window, though she had moved 3 years before. For half a breath I saw her standing with one hand resting on the door. The 6th one burned between my fingers till the skin began to shine. I heard the dogs behind the sawmill and the whistle from the mine. No train, no road, no mercy left to borrow. No sign, no flame, no promise for tomorrow. 7 matches in the rain, 7 reasons not to run. Every fire showed the doorway, every doorway came undone. 7 matches in the rain, 7 nights beneath the wire. I kept asking for a signal, but the storm consumed the fire. Was all I carried, the 7th match was all I had. I struck it underneath the awning and watched it tremble in my hand. I could light the road behind me, or the bridge beneath my feet. 7 matches in the rain, the 7th held against the dark. Not enough to see the distance, just enough to see the start. 7 matches in the rain, no train and no goodbye. I dropped the flame into the gutter and walked before it died. No road bent back, chapel stood beyond the fields, with broken glass and rusted wheels. The door gave way beneath my hand, like it had waited where I'd stand. I crossed the dust between the pews, past hymnals split and faded blue. The air was cold, the daylight thin. I pulled the rope and listened in, but the bell wouldn't ring. No matter how hard I tried, the rope burned red across my hands, and heaven stayed quiet. My father brought me here at 10. He said the truth lives somewhere then, between the rafters and the rain, between forgiveness and the blame. I learned the words, I bowed my head. I feared the living and the dead, but every promise turned to smoke the day the old foundation broke, and the bell wouldn't ring. No matter what I confessed, the walls returned my every word, but gave me nothing back. To know the ones now sleeping down below. I called my mother, called my son. I called until my voice was gone. A crow moved high above the beam, black as the edge of any dream. It watched me pull that fraying line, like grief could somehow answer time. One more pull, one more prayer, one more sound that wasn't there. The bell wouldn't ring, the morning wouldn't move. I gave the room my final breath, and still it held the truth. The bell wouldn't ring, the sky refused to break. Some doors are built to open, some are built to make you wait. Maybe silence is an answer, maybe faith is just a room where the living ask the darkness to explain the empty tomb. Maybe mercy has no thunder, maybe grace arrives too small. Maybe heaven heard me clearly and had nothing left to call. Let the rope fall to the floor. I stopped asking what it was for, and in the quiet through the rain, I heard my own heart speak my name. The bell wouldn't ring, but the rafters started to shake. Not from angels, not from thunder, just the breath I chose to take. The bell wouldn't ring, so I left it where it hung. Some men wait their whole lives for a song that must be sung. world stayed still, but I did not. The sycamores with ivy through the window frame, no mailbox by the gravel road, no number, no family name. The front door opened with the wind, though every hinge was rusted shut, and somewhere deep behind the walls, the empty rooms began to hum. The house kept humming, low and slow, a song no living voice should know. The house kept humming through the dust like wood, remembering all of us. Smelled of winter coats, of lamp oil, rain, and cedar smoke. The wallpaper had peeled away in shapes that almost looked like notes. I crossed the room where children slept, their height still marked beside the stairs. Every line beneath their names began to tremble in the air. The kitchen hummed a working tune, the kind a tired hand might sing. The bedroom held a lower sound that circled like a wedding ring. The attic carried something thin, a voice too high to understand. It moved between the roof and rain, then rested softly in my hands. The house kept humming, room by room, one song for every absent name. The house kept humming, wall by wall, as if the silence knew them all. No words remained, no mouths, no breath, just melodies that outlived death. I found a portrait on the floor. Its glass was cracked across the eyes. 5 people standing by the porch, beneath a pale and empty sky. I turned it over in my hands, a date, a town, one sentence read. We sang to keep the house awake when every other light was dead. The floorboards moved, the chimney sighed, 100 voices breathed inside. The house as if the silence knew them all. No words remain, no mouths, no breath, just melodies that outlive death. Maybe every room remembers every sound it once received. Maybe timber holds a heartbeat longer than the heart can beat. Maybe songs do not belong to those who shape them with the tongue. Maybe houses keep the music after every singer's gone. I tried to match the melody, but every note escaped my throat. The house fell silent for one breath, as if it heard me sing it wrong. Then from beneath the bedroom floor, a smaller harmony began. I left before the morning came and closed the gate behind my coat. But halfway down the gravel road, I felt the same sound in my bones. The house grew small among the trees, the windows faded into gray. Still, every step I took from there, the humming followed all the way. The house kept humming, so did I.
Every broken window she polished silver in between. She hung above the county line like something honest in the sky, while I was trading borrowed hours for one more reason not to drive. The moon owes me money, the night owes me time. I kept believing shadows would straighten every line. I saw her over Mill Street, above the pawn shop and the tracks. She made the river look like heaven, and every wrong turn led me back. I bought a ring from a tired man who swore the stone was real. By morning it was cloudy glass, and she was gone behind the hill. The moon owes me money for making cheap things shine. records and sends the bill to you. She watched me leave the card game with less than I had brought. She watched me call a woman whose name I should have lost. She followed me through alleyways, past doors I should not know, then disappeared at sunrise like she had somewhere else to go. She never signed a promise, she never made a claim. I blamed her for the darkness, but I was holding every flame. The moon owes me money for making cheap things shine, for dressing every empty room in borrowed silver light. The moon owes me money for every lie made true, but morning keeps the records and sends the bill to you. I wrote the total on the wall in chalk beside the bed. One debt for every foolish word, one more for what I never said. I counted all the wasted nights, the whiskey and the miles, and saw my own reflection wearing her crooked smile. Maybe night was never kind. Maybe darkness only shows you what daylight leaves behind. The moon owes me money, but she will never pay. She leaves before the courthouse opens and returns when the clerks go home. The moon owes me money, that is what I used to say. Now I know the debt was always mine, and morning knows my name. But I still watch her rise. Before the mill released its smoke, with borrowed boots and 17, and every road I'd never seen. My mother stood beside the gate. She never begged me once to wait. She only said the ground is wide, but every river keeps a side. Follow rails through factory lights burned heaven down. I learned to sleep through passing trains and hide my face from window panes. I traded daylight for a wage, then spent my youth like borrowed change. But every night beneath the noise, that water spoke in my father's voice. It called me low, it called me slow, through iron rain and radio. The river kept my name when I had worn it thin. It carried what I ran from and brought it home again. The river kept my name beneath the mud and rain. I crossed 100 borders, but the water stayed the same. The old house leaned toward the road. The porch had lost the weight it held. The kitchen clock refused to move, as if the years had missed the room. I found her coat behind the door, the blue one she had always worn, and in the pocket, folded small, a map that never left it all. Called me low, he called me slow, past every place I used to know. The river kept my name, and I had worn it then. It carried what I ran from and brought it home again. The river kept my name beneath the mud and rain. I crossed 100 borders, but the water stayed the same. I thought a man could leave his past like smoke escaping through the glass, but smoke comes down when the air turns cold and every current circles home. My nail where the bank had broken through, the water brown, the evening blue. I said my name into the wind and heard the river speak it back again. The river kept my name when no one else could tell. It held the boy I buried and the man who never left. The river kept my name, not clean, not free from blame, just written in the moving dark, spoken through the rain. So I laid my empty hands where the water met the land. No promise and no claim, just the river and my name. The wheel stood behind the orchard where the fence had fallen flat, covered over by the briars and the weight of years gone black. When I was 10, I spoke into it, every secret I could hold, then waited for the dark below to send my own words home. The well kept the echo long after I was gone. It held the things I whispered and returned them one by one. I told it how I hated winter, how I feared my father's hands, how my mother watched the doorway like she knew where sorrow stood. I told it who had broken windows, who had stolen from the store. I told it things no child should carry, then came back and told it more. 30 years had crossed the county when I found that place again. The orchard had become a parking lot. The house belonged to strangers, but the well remained behind it, hidden underneath the vine. Its stones were wet beneath my fingers, though the summer air was dry. The well kept the echo, buried under clay. It saved the words I had forgotten and never gave them away. I leaned above the opening and called my childhood name. At first there was only water, then a voice began. It sounded small, it sounded tired, it sounded just like me, but it spoke the words I never said and named what I had seen. It said my brother never slept. It said the porch light had been on. It said my father washed his shirt before the sheriff came at dawn. It said my mother heard the shouting. It said she buried more than grief. It said the well had kept the answer, because nobody asked beneath. I stepped away, the voice grew near. Some echoes do not disappear. I closed my eyes, I held the stone. The voice below became my own. Maybe silence is a vessel, maybe stone can't carry sound. Maybe every truth we bury learns the shape of underground. Maybe time does not erase us. Maybe memory only waits for someone old enough to listen at the place where childhood stayed. I found one brick beside the opening and thought about sealing it again. The voice below said nothing. That was worse. I left the well uncovered and walked back through the weeds. The evening settled on the county like a book nobody reads. Behind me from the orchard, a child began to speak, not calling out for rescue, just telling what he knew. The well kept the echo. It never learned to lie. It held the voice I buried until I came to ask it why. The well kept the echo. The road kept moving on. Some truths wait inside the darkness long after childhood is gone. I heard my name behind me. I did not turn.
The first knock came beneath the kitchen, just as the lamp began to fade. The second moved below the hallway. The third one waited by the stairs. My mother froze beside the table, her hand still wrapped around the cup. She said some sounds are best unanswered, and turn the radio up. Three knocks below, three knocks slow. Nobody asks, nobody goes. The house was built before the highway, before the wires crossed the field. Before my father found the floorboards that someone else had nailed and sealed. He lifted one beside the pantry and dropped it back without a word. That night the dogs refused the doorway, and every window shook at once. Who's down there? No one you should know. What do you want? Something you still owe. Years passed and took my father. My mother followed in the spring. I sold the chairs, the tools, the curtains, but kept the house and everything. Each night the knocks returned in order, one beneath the kitchen floor, one below the narrow hallway, one beside the cellar door. Three knocks below, three knocks slow. One for the buried, one for the old. Three knocks below, three knocks near. The house keeps count when nobody hears. Brought a hammer to the pantry. I leaned turning a length of road. I told myself the dark was empty and fear was just another hope. I pulled the oldest board apart. The nails came loose like rotten teeth. A cold air rose through the opening, and something breathed beneath. One was for the name I carry, one was for the land we kept, one was for the room my father closed before he ever left. Who's down there? You already know. What do you want? Open what you close. 3 knots below, 3 knots slow. The house remember what we let go. 3 knots below, then 1 above. I turned around and the door was shut. Still moving. I boarded after midnight with no ticket in my hand. The porter never asked my name or where I meant to land. The carriage had no windows, only lamps along the wall. Every seat faced toward the engine, every shadow faced us all. Train with no windows, running through the night. Nobody sees what follows, nobody sees the light. photograph turned inward toward her dress. A miner kept his helmet on, though no one asked him why. A young man slept beside the door with blood upon one sleeve. An old man counted station names that no one else believed. Train with no windows, no country passing by, no fields beneath the morning, no moon across the sky. Train with no windows, no distance we could prove. We heard the wheels beneath us, but never felt them move. Porter where we were, he said between what was and is. I asked how many stops remained. He closed his book and smiled. He said some men ride for leaving, some ride to disappear, some only need a moving room to keep the past from drawing near. No map, no sign, no border marked in white, no town, no dawn, just dying through the night. Train with no windows, no country passing by, no fields beneath the morning, no moon across the sky. Train with no windows, no distance we could prove. We heard the wheels beneath us, but never felt them move. Maybe every passenger had chosen not to see the houses they abandoned and the people they had been. Maybe glass was never missing, maybe darkness filled the frame, maybe every window showed us, and we could not bear the face. A child began to ask his mother if the morning still was there. She placed 2 fingers on his eyelids and said, imagine open air, open sky, keep your eyes closed, let it pass by. Stopped before the porter opened up the carriage, but there was no platform at the door. Only gravel, only fog, one narrow road without a sign. The others stayed inside their seats. I stepped into the gray alone. Train with no windows, still running in my head, carrying every life I left and every word unsaid. Train with no windows, no station and no end. I never learned where it was going, only why I had got on. Still moving, still moving, still moving. last glass stood behind the counter. The last chair rested upside down. Rain moved softly through the gutters and washed the footsteps from the town. The clock above the door said morning, though nobody believed the hymns. We had played through smoke and thunder for 7 people and the rain. Then the wood began to breathe, low beneath our feet. Every wall released a memory, every table found the beat. The drummer laid his sticks beside him. The piano lost a broken key. The bass player closed his tired eyes and leaned against the melody. Sleeping near the window lifted up her head and smiled. A man who had not spoken all night started tapping like a child. The ceiling moved with every measure. The floor rose underneath the room. Dust came down from all the rafters, like the house had started blooming. We heard old laughter in the timber, old arguments beneath the paint. Every name once spoken in there returned without a face. When the wood starts breathing, do not ask it to be still. Every room keeps something living long after people leave. When the wood starts breathing, let the old walls have their say. Some songs belong to singers, some belong to where they're played. Bartender opened every window, though the rain was blowing in. He said, "This room has heard enough lies. Let the weather tell the truth." The woman by the window stood up. The silent man began to sing. Not the words that we had written, but something older underneath. Low and wordless, warm and imperfect, never
then two, then every chair and wall. One breath, one room, no difference between us all. When the wood starts breathing, do not ask it to be still. Every room keeps something living long after people leave. When the wood starts breathing, let the old walls have their say. Some songs belong to singers, some belong to where they're played. Maybe music is a doorway that no hand can open twice. Maybe every note is borrowed from the room that gives it life. Maybe we were never playing, maybe we were being played by the weight inside the timber, by the names the floorboard saved. I looked down at my hands and did not know the song. Still every chord arrived as if it had been waiting there. The rain crossed through the windows, the candles bent toward the door, and the room drew one deep breath. When the wood starts breathing, let the final note run long. Not to keep the night from ending, not to prove that we were strong. When the wood starts breathing, leave the doorway open wide. Some rules become a memory, some memories remain alive. The wood began to breathe, then slowly let us go. Every chair returned to silence, every wall released the note. By dawn the room was empty, the rain had crossed the floor.